San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Good morning, everyone.
Happy first day of June.
Yeah, it's the first day of June. It's the first day of meteorological summer. So meteorological summer is the months of June, July, and August.
Okay, so first day of summer.
Well, yeah, I guess we can say that.
You can say that, even though it's been summer for a while here.
I mean, last weekend it felt like 115 outside.
Yes.
It's going to be.
I'll call that summer.
It's going to be cooler this weekend. Today our high is only 93. So
93 is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Like 93 is the new 83.
Yeah, all right. And we also had some showers. We also had some showers this morning in some areas, but the sun is starting to peek out there in San Antonio. It is 73 degrees. You can see that the airport there registering that it did have some rainfall. Here's a look at the radar right now. These were some leftover showers from some storms in North Texas that actually made their way to San Antonio. And really, we've got some good rainfall falling over Atascosa County, Wilson County, parts of Karnes County, even some flashes of lightning here just to the west of Kennedy. Kennedy getting some pretty heavy rain at the moment, but the majority of this has moved south of San Antonio. Pearsall, Pleasanton, you're getting some good rain. Around San Antonio, we saw some of these showers, and then when we look at temperatures this afternoon, near 93. Additional storm chances later on tonight. I'll have those details coming up. For now, though, RJ has some important information for traffic.
Well, it's another round of closures for our drivers on the far northwest side, but there is some good news. This closure is not expected to be bad in terms of what we've seen over the past couple of months or so. So just to give you an idea of what's going to happen here. So I-10 eastbound will be closed through 1604, but that is the only major highway that's going to be part of this closure here. The two cloverleafs that connect from 1604 to I-10 east, of course, will be closed as well. But we have some good news. 1604 east and westbound traffic, that will remain open throughout this closure, which again will start at 9 p.m. on Friday night and run through 5 a.m. Monday morning. So a lot of people have been asking, what are we doing in terms of progress? What are we looking like right now? Let's go ahead and hear from TxDOT to hear more about that.
The interchange is 50% complete, and the first flyover ramp will be open later this year. Once the ramps start opening, you're going to see a lot of the congestion alleviated, and the traffic will flow a lot smoother. And all the ramps at the interchange are projected to be open by early 2026.
All right, but before we get there, of course, we have to get through the next couple of weekends or so. We do expect some form of closures over the summer months as well. But again, the big thing here, I-10 East will be closed at 1604, but 1604 in both directions, that will remain open. Always remember to plan ahead if you are headed out to that part of the greater San Antonio area. And check out this story on KSAT.com. Have a good one, everybody.
RJ, thank you. And as you might have noticed, I-10 and Loop 1604 aren't the only parts of town that are seeing lots of construction. So we have you covered for a complete list of road closures, detours. You can just take a look at this article on KSAT.com so you can plan ahead. Well, Texas National Guard soldiers deployed to the border are now moving into a new home. The base camp, called Camp Eagle, is just a short drive from downtown Eagle Pass. Our Danielle Ibarra joined Governor Greg Abbott for a look inside.
This 80-acre base camp is still being built, but today Governor Greg Abbott came by to check out the progress.
Thank you, sir. You got it. Enjoy these new headquarters out here.
He welcomed 300 soldiers. The governor got a look at some of the spaces they'll be staying in, which includes the dining room. The soldiers staying here at Camp Eagle are serving in Operation Lone Star. That's the governor's plan to stop illegal crossings. Earlier this year, that included a takeover of Shelby Park in Eagle Pass, which is about 7 miles away. While the governor says it led to a drop in crossings, some neighbors say they want their park back. We asked the governor about that. Is there a world in which the state of Texas would give back control of Shelby Park to the city?
Well, so the desire to maintain control of Shelby Park is not long term. That's a park that the residents of that community deserve to be able to use like they did before.
By the fall, officials say around 1,000 soldiers will be living here at Camp Eagle, and they're going to be moving in phases. The next group moving in just a couple of weeks. At Camp Eagle in Eagle Pass, Danielle Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Daniela. New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating a crash that involved go-karts on the city's south side. SAPD says it happened last night on South Hackberry Street and Lendaloo Drive near South Presa Street. A 17-year-old and 33-year-old were riding go-karts when an SUV pulled out in front of them. Both slammed into the car. The 17-year-old was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but is expected to be okay. No other injuries were reported. Before we go to break, June is Pride Month, and to celebrate, there are tons of events happening today and throughout the weekend.
That's right. Let's start with a big one happening downtown this evening. We're talking about the Bud Light Pride River Parades in celebration. The party at La Villita is from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
The barges will make their way down Museum Reach from 6 to 7, and the Downtown River Parade is from 9 to 10. Other events include the Queer Voices Pachanga and San Antonio FC Pride Night. You can read about the full slate of events all month long. Just head to KSAT.com. This morning, we're taking a live look at the opening ceremony at the San Antonio Sports Corporate Cup. It's basically where thousands of people get together representing 83 local companies, and they basically have a field day for adults. It's happening at the University of Incarnate Word. This is a one-of-a-kind Olympic-style co-ed team building event. Sarah, some of the things include dodgeball, tug of war, football, corn toss. I don't know what soccer kicks are, maybe just like kicking soccers into a goal.
Or seeing how far you can kick this.
Frisbee toss, sack races, 3-on-3 basketball, hula hoop.
Wow.
They're having a 2K walk, lots of things going on. Oh, look, you can see right there. There's that's probably the football toss right there.
Do you remember field day in elementary school?
I lived for field day.
It reminds me, it's giving me strong field day vibes.
What was your go-to
I just loved anything with the water sports. So like I would take like water guns like way too seriously, or like water balloons. So that was I just remember loving that.
The three-legged races.
Yeah, I was pretty good at that.
Yeah?
Actually.
I just really loved, I don't know, it was super competitive.
Oh, shocker.
We're competitive?
No.
Shocker.
What do you mean?
It's 8:07 and 75 degrees. After the break, how far would you go to see your favorite singer or band? Why Swifties are seeing her overseas, and they say it's actually cheaper than shows in the U.S.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're starting to see peaks of sunshine there. Some folks got brief showers this morning. We do have a slightly better chance for storms overnight tonight, although better chance is only 30%. It's something I'm going to talk about in depth, and we're starting a new month coming up in just a bit.
Okay, so you may have seen on social media and on the news about how Swifties are making the trip overseas to the Eras Tour because it's actually cheaper to fly to another country and see her in concert than it is to see her in the U.S.
Can you vouch for that, Sarah?
I went to this concert, but it was like her third show. And apparently I got my ticket for $75. I mean, I could touch the wall.
But still, that's
the
really
resale value was $600 for that nosebleed ticket.
Okay, well, Daniela Ibarra spoke with one Swiftie who is heading to Germany to finally see her favorite artist.
Rainbow beads cover the invisible string tying Taylor Swift fans together.
I'm making Enchanted, which is one of my favorite songs.
Mia Garza White can't wait to hand these friendship bracelets out this summer at the Eras Tour.
How many do you plan to make? As many as I have time for. My husband and I will probably spend some time making them together before or maybe on the plane.
And they'll have plenty of crafting time on board.
So where are you going to go see Taylor Swift?
In Geisenkirchen, Germany. Yeah, I'm very excited.
So why not go see Taylor Swift at one of the U.S. dates?
I did originally want to go see her at one of the U.S. dates, and I did try to get tickets. However, it didn't work out. The tickets were too expensive. It was too difficult to get tickets.
That's why Texas is joining the feds in suing Live Nation and Ticketmaster, accusing them of monopolizing the concert industry. Resale prices to see Taylor Swift in the U.S. are high. The cheapest we found is around $1,600 in New Orleans.
Our tickets in Germany are I think like in the $300 range.
The whole industry has been seeing people going to Europe for Taylor Swift this summer.
Jacob Tyler with the San Antonio International Airport says the aviation industry is seeing more people gig tripping.
Yeah, why not be able to get a cheaper ticket Taylor Swift and also have a European trip all tied in for the same price as going to see it in the United States.
Mia and her husband plan to take the airport's new direct flight to Europe.
We're able to literally fall asleep in San Antonio and then wake up the next morning in Frankfurt, which is huge. It's going to make a huge difference for us.
It's loyalty reaching new heights.
I hope that other people get the opportunity to go to the concerts that they want to go to and have the affordability and accessibility to do so.
Daniela Ibarra.
Very cute.
KSAT 12 News.
We know that Daniela is a major Swiftie.
If you're a real Swiftie, you would have heard all of the different references she used in that story.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Way to go, Daniela. And way to get clever with how to save some money on those tickets.
I mean, we have that direct flight now from San Antonio. Why not?
Why not? Hey, we did get some rain this morning in some places, but we have officially started June, which means meteorological summer has begun. The average high for the month of June is 92, and June is actually a fairly good month for us when it comes to rain, historically. The average rainfall is about 3¼ inches of rainfall in San Antonio. It just gets hotter and drier from here, folks. July, our average high is 95, August 96. At times in August, though, our average high reaches 97, and you can see less rain likely in July and August. Now, here in San Antonio for the month of June, keep in mind that that 3 inches of rainfall is an average. Over the last 30 years, we've had plenty of dry Junes in the past. We're going to hope for a little bit more rain this month. We've got some rain out there this morning, mainly for areas south of San Antonio now at the moment. Here's a look at the last hour around San Antonio, around Pleasanton rather. We see some good rain. This entire complex is moving to the south, so the rain is going to be done in Pleasanton here shortly, done in Pearsall shortly. We do have one storm that I want to talk about in northern Karnes County and right over Kennedy. You can see that this is producing quite a bit of lightning. How much lightning strikes within this storm? Well, about 66 within these two storms right over Kennedy and areas just here in the northwestern rural part of Karnes County. There might even be some very small hail there. As we take a look, though, closer to San Antonio, most of the rain has come to an end, although some communities did get some rainfall in the San Antonio area. Here's that hour loop. We had some pockets of showers around Lackland Air Force Base, Helotes, downtown San Antonio, and the airport. Our morning rain is pretty much done. We will see our chances for storms pick back up after 8 p.m., but the chance is only 30%. A lot like the last couple of days, we're going to be watching for leftovers from storms that move through North Texas or West Texas. This same system, it had a little bit of an outflow boundary that eventually produced some of this morning rain around San Antonio. That's why we saw some rain this morning. As we take a look at the futurecast, some storms will develop near Fort Stockton, near the Big Bend of Texas, and try to make it eastward. I think for the majority of them, will fall apart. However, again, there's a 30% chance that one or two of them could make it to San Antonio after 8 p.m. Chances 30%. Similar story tomorrow, right? We start off with clouds. Tomorrow in North Texas, there will be a complex of storms in the afternoon. We'll watch that to see if it can hold on and make it to San Antonio. Chance for storms tomorrow night, also 30%. So we'd be getting the leftovers of any rain across Texas. It's 75 degrees outside right now, 73 in Kerrville, not too bad up in Kerrville, 76 in Uvalde, already 81 in Del Rio, 81 in Laredo. It's already 85 and freer. Taking a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, mostly cloudy outside right now. We're going to gradually see skies clear. In the afternoon, it should be partly cloudy and not too bad. 93 for the high this afternoon, and then storm chances pick up after 8 p.m., peaking again only at about 30%. Some folks in the hill country may not make it out of the 80s today. 88 in Boerne. It'll be 92 in Seguin, 93 in Stinson, 96 in Pleasanton, 96 in Uvalde. And today is actually going to be the coolest day over the next several days. We're going to be looking at highs near 100 during the week. And then take a look at the forecast heat index, feeling like 105. So not as bad as Memorial Day weekend as far as the heat is concerned, but definitely still a hot one. And again, tonight, tomorrow night, and Monday night, a chance for those leftover storms. Not a guarantee by any means, but a possibility. Okay, so let's hope that June brings us some rain in the future. Sarah, the X factor in the summer is the tropics. Atlantic hurricane season starts today. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that and how recent rains could help the drought coming up in the next half hour.
I would love to get just some of that leftover rain, nothing severe.
I know,
but
wouldn't
just
it be nice?
A good downpour.
Yeah, but there's a 30% chance of that tonight.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 8:18 and 75 degrees. Up next, the San Antonio Brahmas have a chance to clinch home field advantage for the playoffs. We have the preview of today's matchup on the road. Okay, we have 1 week left in the UFL regular season, and the Brahmas have a chance to clinch home field advantage today for the playoffs. And San Antonio beat the previously undefeated Birmingham Stallions on Sunday. The Brahmas can now clinch home field advantage for the XFL title game. However, they'll be playing the St. Louis Battlehawks on the road in the loudest environment in the league. So whoever wins today gets home field for the very next game, which is a rematch on Sunday, June 9th. So today's matchup is on the road in St. Louis at 3 p.m. The Brahmas lost a close game to St. Louis back in April and in the Alamo Dome, so it should be a close one this time.
Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs Hype Squad is looking for performers, and registration for tryouts start today. That includes dancers, breakdancers, tumblers, and stunters. Starting this morning, you can register online. That will continue through June 20th and will be followed by multiple online and in-person auditions. So good luck, and of course, go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go, and go Brahmas. It's 8:22 and 75 degrees. We're going to take a live look. Again, this is the San Antonio Sports Corporate Cup happening at the University Incarnate Word. Basically, this is where people from all these different corporations have an adult field day. It is so much fun. We're going to be giving you a preview of this throughout our show. Well, school is out across our area for the most part, and school districts say they're ready to keep kids fed this summer. So several school districts have already announced that they'll provide summer meals. Among those districts are SAISD, Edgewood, Comal, NEISD, Southwest ISD, and Idea Public Schools. Each campus will be offering free breakfast and lunch starting on Monday. For more information on dates, school campuses, and times, head to KSAT.com.
All right, the time now is 8:26 and it's 75 degrees. Still. Oh, hey, it's you.
Hey, it's me.
It's you. It's you, Sarah.
Still at 8:30, drivers on the north side can expect another traffic headache with closures this weekend. Again, on Loop 1604 and I-10. Which areas you should avoid before you head out the door.
Okay.
Good morning. It is 8:30 on your Saturday, and hey, we made it to June, everybody. It's June 1st.
It is June 1st, and thank you for starting your June with us. And it is going to be a warm weekend.
Okay.
But not nearly as bad as it was last weekend. I mean, do you remember Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah.
115 is what it felt like outside.
Miserable. It was like
brutal.
A hot dryer and in a hot shower. It was just like everything was like hot.
Yeah, so for the first weekend of June, though, it's not nearly going to be that hot. And some folks got some rain this morning.
Love to hear that.
Brief showers fell around San Antonio, and we've actually got some storms working their way south of San Antonio right now. It's mainly showers for Atascosa County, but in Karnes County, some storminess out there with a few flashes of lightning, and in Goliad County, perhaps even some smaller hail as well. Now, around San Antonio, again, there were some showers. Those have all moved on down to the south. Most of the day will be quiet today. There is, however, a potential later on tonight for a few storms. We'll talk about that in a bit, but I want to show you the last 5 days, the rainfall. And I know that a lot of it has missed San Antonio as a whole, about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall for many neighborhoods around San Antonio. But you go up to the hill country, take a look at that Gillespie and Kerr County line, 6.5 inches of rain in that area. This is all good news because it's this area that is most affected by drought, and the new drought monitor will come out next Thursday, and hopefully we'll see some improvement to the drought. Now here's a look at your weekend forecast. 93 for the high today, and then tonight a 30% chance for a few storms. a lot like the last couple of nights, they're going to be leftovers from whatever develops up north and west of us. And some of them may not make it, so that's why there's only a 30% chance. Tomorrow, noticeably hotter with a high temperature of 97 and a heat index of 102. But coming up, I'll detail that storm chance later on tonight. And it is June 1st, which means the start of Atlantic hurricane season. I'll tell you about this upcoming hurricane season. It's forecast to be pretty busy. Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. And you'll need to be patient if you're heading to the northwest side this weekend. I-10 East and Loop 1604 is not scheduled to reopen until 5 o'clock Monday morning. John Paul Barajas takes us to Loop 1604 near the Rim, which is a major trouble spot.
It takes me usually 10 minutes on a good day with traffic to get to work.
And then on weekends, talk to me about that.
Weekends, so there was recently a weekend that I did not anticipate the 1604 I-10 closure, and it took me over an hour to get to work.
The traffic gridlock during weekend closures at I-10 and Loop 1604 can make getting around difficult, but it's also affecting businesses' bottom line.
The closure really has just hindered the movement of people. Too, it changes the business in our stores. We don't have as many people in because it's such a headache to get over here to the Rim.
It's not just retail stores reeling. The Rustic closed its stores this week, citing ongoing construction on I-10 and 1604 for the decision. And adding to the congestion, summer tourists visiting SeaWorld and Fiesta Texas.
I didn't even think about that. It's going to be a cluster where it's going to be hell to get in and out of here. This is going to be a place to avoid.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, JP. And happening now, thousands of people representing 83 local companies are at the University of Incarnate Word. So let's take a live look of what's going on outside.
Yeah, this is a one-of-a-kind Olympic-style co-ed team building, opponent taunting, skill flaunting field day for adults.
That's what it is. It's field day. If you remember field day back in elementary school, this is like a fancy field day for corporations and for adults at the University of Incarnate Word. They have that football toss that you were just seeing. There's a hula hoop contest. It's about to get going. I think I'd be really good at hula hooping.
I think you would too.
That was my thing when I was a little girl.
I was going to ask you. You asked me what my field day thing was. It was the water sports. What about you?
Oh no, yeah, it was like the racing events. Yeah. The hula hooping, the silly things like that. They have a corn, I don't know why they called it corn toss, but it's corn.
Is it like cornhole?
It's a cornhole.
Yeah.
I know people really get into that. But we're gonna, whoa, hey there. We're gonna be taking a live look at these throughout the morning at these competitions to see who takes home the cup. It started at 8 a.m. It's ending with the award ceremony at noon. Meanwhile, the 2025 trophy for next year's NCAA Men's Final Four is already here in San Antonio. It's making a special appearance at the Corporate Cup today. So next year's tourney will be at the Alamo Dome April 4th through the 7th. And next year will be the Alamo City's 5th time hosting the Final Four and first since 2018. Happening today, Hyundai owners can still get a free anti-theft software update in their cars. The event is happening all weekend at NISD's Gustafson Stadium. It should take you about 30 minutes. So crime stats show Hyundai is one of the most stolen car brands in San Antonio. So the car maker is installing free software upgrades to keep them out of unwanted hands.
People breaking in, vandalizing your car or stealing it, to me, that as an American, that's wrong.
That software update specifically addresses the type of theft that was popularized on TikTok.
So videos on TikTok, like they talked about in other social media, had thieves targeting Hyundai cars. The company says those with key ignitions as opposed to push start buttons are most in need of the software update. You do not have to make an appointment. This is a free event. It runs until 6 p.m. today and from 8 to 2 o'clock tomorrow. And here's another event to put on your calendar. Next Wednesday, KSAT 12 and AARP will be at Stable Hall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for a discussion on the future of Social Security. So if Congress doesn't act, people who rely on the program, like retirees, would lose 17% of their benefits come 2035. Our Stefania Jimenez will be hosting the event and speaking to 3 experts about what's at stake and what you can do to protect your Social Security. And you can also scan this QR code to get your free tickets. A link will pop up, so click on it from there. You will go to the AARP website and click register. You will have to create an AARP account if you already don't have one. So you will sign onto a secure website, and then you can register for those free tickets. It's 8:36 and 75 degrees. Go Spurs, go! Still to come, Spurs fans are celebrating a big anniversary. We'll take a trip back to 1999 and hear from some members of KSAT and how they witnessed the Memorial Day miracle. 75 degrees outside. Sarah Spivey saying the high today, a cool 93. And we're being serious. 93 is cool nowadays with these triple-digit days that we get in the summer. So go out and enjoy it. She'll break down that forecast for you when we come back. Spurs fans are celebrating a special anniversary this week. 25 years ago last night, the Spurs' Sean Elliott hit a three-pointer that's known as Memorial Day Miracle. His game-winning three with less than 10 seconds to go. There it is right there. Bam. Helped the Spurs beat the Portland Trailblazers 86-85 in Game 2 of the 1999 Western Conference Finals. Sean had to shoot over 6'11" Rasheed Wallace, who was charging hard and jumping up to block the shot. The Spurs would sweep the Blazers and then later beat the Knicks to win their first NBA championship. So we asked some of our KSAT peeps, where were they for the Memorial Day miracle?
I was on press row. I was sitting right there watching every bit of it. And when he hit that shot, the place absolutely erupted. It was amazing.
The moment the Sean hit the shot, and I've never done this before in my life, I couldn't look. I was off to the side in the tunnel where the Spurs run back to the locker room, and all I heard was the thunder. I've never heard a crowd react like that. You could feel the sound waves coming from the crowd when Sean hit the shot.
Oh, I love hearing those stories. So 25 years later, we also asked those who were working that night what they believe the impact of the shot had on the city of San Antonio.
It really was a turning point for that team and for us as a city, because it was the first time that the Spurs and the city were legit in the eyes of the NBA.
Things were happening for the city that was just, we had never tapped into that kind of excitement. And I would like to think that was the birth of honking on Commerce Street and Market Street. That may be where it first all started.
I'm so glad Mario mentioned the honking downtown, and I hate saying this, but I miss it.
I know, when we got Wimby and they went honking downtown, I was like, this is amazing.
I just get chills because it reminds me of my childhood, you know. I didn't live here in San Antonio, but we were in Corpus Christi. We'd come up for games all the time. We won tickets to a championship game.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll never forget, it's just those core memories of the Spurs in the late 90s, early 2000s. I miss the honking Spurs.
I know.
I would like more downtown honking.
Hey, we got next year. Let's see what happens.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the radar right now, because we did have some brief showers that moved through San Antonio. That rain has come to an end, but around areas south of San Antonio, we're still getting some of the showers and storms from that same system. You can see Atascosa County, Pleasanton, the rain is just now starting to end for you. Near Pearsall, seeing the rain starting to end there. There are some storms still left over, mainly for Karnes County right now. We're going to go ahead and pause this so that you can see plenty of flashes of lightning for Karnes City and Kennedy. And then further off to the east here, closer to areas like Goliad and Victoria and Port Lavaca, plenty of lightning. So these storms are going to continue to move south away from San Antonio. We are going to be looking at mainly a quiet day around the Alamo City. The other thing to keep in mind is that tonight we could have leftovers from storms in West Texas and in North Texas. That's why there's a small evening storm chance. A lot like the last couple of nights where we've seen some storms develop north of us, there's a 30% chance they're going to reach us. So not so hot today. The high temperature will only be 93 in San Antonio today, which is good news. And then we'll be near 100 next week. So enjoy the low 90s while you can. Outside right now, seeing the sun shine through those clouds. It is mostly cloudy cloudy at the airport, and it's 75 degrees. We're looking at east winds at about 5 miles per hour. So a small 20% chance for the next couple of hours, but then skies will gradually clear. Around noon, it's going to be 87. In the afternoon, 93 for the high. South winds at about 10 miles per hour. And then later on tonight, particularly after 8 p.m. and onward, there's going to be a 30% chance for some of those leftover storms to make it to San Antonio. Let me show you those neighborhood highs. 93 in San Antonio, only 90 in the hill country in Kerrville, so not too bad in those higher elevations. It'll be 100 in Cotulla, 102 in Laredo, so very hot southwest of San Antonio for Laredo. 98 in Del Rio, and again, just to reiterate, storm chances really start to pick up later on tonight, and the best we can hope for is a 30% chance for storms later on tonight, making it to San Antonio after 8 p.m. Here's a look at the clouds and radar across the state of Texas. Again, I think this shows the picture well. There was a complex of storms that fizzled out before making it to Dallas, but it sent us some outflow boundaries, which is why we saw the light rain today. We're going to see some storms develop west in areas like the Big Bend, Fort Stockton. If those storms can make it to us, they would get here after 8 p.m. and there's a small potential they could be on the stronger side. That's a big if. It's only a 30% chance. We'll do it all again tomorrow, waking up cloudy but seeing sun in the afternoon, and then a complex of storms near Dallas has a 30% chance of making it to San Antonio tomorrow night. All right, it's June 1st. That means it's the start of the Atlantic hurricane season, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, predicts a more active than average season because we're going to be transitioning into a La Nina. So we expect about a few more named storms than average, so tropical storm or greater, a few hurricanes more than average, 8 to 13, and major storms or category 3 hurricanes, about 4 to 7 of those. Now, not all of those are going to hit the coast of Texas, obviously, and in fact, not all of those are going to hit the coast at all. Some of them might be out in the middle of the Atlantic. And here's a look at some of those names. Take a quick glance. Is your name on there? I see our name spelled incorrectly on there, Sarah. Oh,
no H.
No H, but it's on there. But again, we'll be keeping you posted throughout hurricane season. That is the one way that we really do see rain in the summer, is through tropical systems. So we'll keep you posted. Otherwise, it's going to be hot later on this week with highs near 100. And Sarah, we just got the pollen count in. So coming up in the next 15 minutes or so, I'll give an update on that pollen count.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 8:47 and 75 degrees as Celiac Awareness Month comes to an end. This morning, we're going to show you some places here in San Antonio that if you have a gluten sensitivity, you can enjoy gluten-friendly foods without losing that delicious taste. We'll be right back. Okay, so celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder that causes the body's immune system to attack the small intestine if gluten is consumed.
That's right, and gluten is found in wheat products from bread to fried foods, pasta, and sweet treats.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
So in honor of Celiac Awareness Month, I am taking you to some local spots where those with celiacs or a gluten intolerance can still enjoy delicious food without worrying about getting sick. Having celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity can make eating out frustrating, and sometimes you miss eating the fun stuff like everyone else. But here are some delicious spots in San Antonio that make gluten-free foods. These restaurants tout themselves as gluten-friendly, and they do their best to not have any cross-contamination. But none can say they are 100% gluten-free, since other products that have gluten are present in their facilities. We're at Gigi's Cupcakes, where you can get daily gluten-friendly brownies, stuffed cookies, cupcake options, and custom cakes. Let's check it out. Daily gluten-friendly cupcake flavors include wedding cake, triple chocolate torte, and a seasonal flavor, which right now is strawberry shortcake. A gluten-friendly flour blend is used in cupcakes and cakes, which can be customized to many more flavors. Call ahead 2 to 3 days in advance for custom cupcakes and 2 weeks for cakes. And the best part is, you don't lose any flavor. Now we're going to try Sticks and Stones. It's a Tex-Mex Asian fusion restaurant that's completely dedicated to being gluten-friendly. Let's check it out. Owner and chef Leo Davila says dedicating Sticks and Stone to being gluten-friendly was a personal choice.
My little sister Michelle, who's our front of the house manager, our GM, she's celiac, and then I got diagnosed with a wheat sensitivity.
My favorite part is that this whole menu, everything, is gluten-friendly.
I wanted to get back to eating food that I enjoyed eating growing up, and that was a lot of Asian food, which has a lot of soy sauce, and even a lot of Mexican food has a lot of flour. So we just wanted to find a creative way to cook to bring back those same flavor profiles in a different, new and fun way.
Davila has worked many years perfecting his dishes that aren't just good for being gluten-free.
Gluten-free has a bad rap, and you hear gluten-free and automatically you just see people's faces turn, their body language change. And what we're trying to do is showcase that you can have a good meal without the addition of gluten.
Add salt to the sandwich, please, and make spicy.
Craving fried chicken? Good, because now we are headed to Freight Fried Chicken in the Pearl, which is owned by James Beard nominated chef Nicola Black, who also owns the Jerk Shack and former Mi Roti. Chef Nicola created the concept of Freight Fried Chicken in honor of Black women who cooked and sold fried chicken and paved the way for future Black entrepreneurs like herself. She says it was her customers that requested gluten-free fried chicken.
But if you could make gluten-free fried chicken for us, and the only way to do it was we had to go all the way or no way. We only have 2 fryers back there, and so I just made the commitment to make all of our fried chicken and everything that goes in our fryer to be gluten-free.
At Freight Fried Chicken, you can enjoy gluten-friendly fried chicken, chicken fingers, and even sides like potato salads and chamoy pickles.
Sharing our love of obviously frying chicken, but being able to, cater to a community that hasn't been able to enjoy fried chicken in a long time.
If you want a couple more places where you can find delicious gluten-friendly options, look for the story on KSAT.com.
I am gluten intolerant. I don't have celiac, so it's been a journey the last 2 years figuring out food and restaurants that I can eat. Mama's Cafe, I didn't get to put them on that list, but they are very, very good. And if they have time, ask for the gluten-free onion rings.
How helpful, because I know a lot of us know people who are gluten intolerant. So thanks. I'm excited to try out some of those restaurants.
Head to KSAT.com. I have a full list of all locations and restaurants that are gluten-friendly. All right, it's 8:54 and 75 degrees. As we head to break, we're taking another live look at the SA Sports Corporate Cup.
Yep, this is happening at the University of the Incarnate Word. We'll actually hear from some of the people who put it together in just a few minutes. It's an adult field day. Everybody's having fun. Beautiful weather. I'll be back with a look at your forecast coming up.
Looking ahead to tonight, the San Antonio Parks and Rec Department is kicking off its Movies in the Pool series. I used to love these as a kid. So the first movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, will be shown tonight at San Pedro Springs Park Pool. The doors will open at 8 p.m. The movie starts at 30 minutes later, so no registration is required to attend the event. Fruit and water in small containers is allowed. Great, it's 8:57 and 75 degrees. Let's take a look outside with TransGuide. No issues here at 35 in Alamo, but I know there's a lot of construction in and around the San Antonio area, especially at Loop 1604 and I-10. RJ Marquez, our traffic authority, breaks it all down. Just head to our website at KSAT.com. We'll be right back.